Logan Paul is suing everyone, but he has literally gone through the reign of suing every single person who ever says something bad about him. Some of these are warranted. Some of these are blatantly warranted, I won't lie. But the last one we're going to talk about today is not warranted at all, and he should be sued, and is being sued for it currently. First things first, I want to talk about something that we've already talked about before, when he sued this guy, this random guy on TikTok named Tommy the Lawyer, for saying that there's PFAs in Prime. That was actually, according to a non-Tommy the Lawyer search thing that he found, there was a research study that had PFAs in Prime. Logan Paul made a pretty great response video to it, albeit leaving off some points and using a strategy called ad hominem, which basically attacks somebody's personal character, somebody's personal looks, instead of talking about the actual facts. Here's a clip of it.
This is not some fake social media battle. I'm a lawyer. You want to talk the law with me? Let's talk the law.
Bro, you don't have to be afraid of me to admit that you're wrong. This is a huge issue with social media. You could do literally 3 minutes of research and find out all of that forever chemical stuff he was saying isn't true. Since then, he's removed all of the videos he made about Prime. But the issue is one guy funneled all of this negative attention and press towards our brand. And the resolution is just removing the content? Yeah, thanks, buddy, but the damage has been done. All these mainstream media outlets and these creators picked up on this dude's video capitalizing on this fake news about Prime. There's no accountability. Traditional outlets aren't gonna make a rectification story. They're gonna talk about us because they know it gets views. I'm calling it right now. This is gonna continue happening with Prime, which is also crazy. It's a better for you drink.
First things first, there's been many different things that go in depth on Prime on how it is not a better for you drink, and it contains an amount of potassium in your daily intake that can actually hurt you rather than helping you. But with that being said, technically, yes, he's correct. There's no PFAs in Prime. There's actually PFAs in the bottle Prime, and it has to do with some factory stuff, not actually the drink brand. Next, we want to talk about the next time that he tried to not necessarily sue somebody, but he tried to appeal something. And this thing was a boxing fight. If you don't know, about 4 years ago, KSI, his part owner in Prime that is with him in this Prime venture, who is from the UK, beat him in a boxing match in which he was basically pieced up the entire time. Logan Paul threw a couple of hard punches, but he didn't really throw any good punches. And he basically appealed the entire fight because he thought that he won when in reality he didn't. Everybody knows what happened about this. The appeal got rejected. The judges scored it correctly. That's all there is to it. You can't really argue with that anymore after the fact. Maybe there was a part where he got deducted points where he shouldn't have been deducted, but he hit the guy in the back of the head, man. You're deducted points in boxing for hitting people in the back of the head. That's how it works, man. Next things next. There was another time where now he was suing Ryan Garcia. This was just about a month and a half ago. He was suing Ryan Garcia for defamation.
Obviously, it's a hydration beverage. It's the best hydration beverage on the market, besides water, obviously. But the 20-page lawsuit is right here. You should check it out. But the kid needs to be held accountable. Now, this is really just sad because Ryan and I used to be friends. And when he kind of started going crazy, I reached out to him. But I think he changed his number. So I reached out to his lawyer and urged him to help Ryan get help before he goes into his next fight. So he ends up fighting Devin Haney, and he beats the brakes off him, only to find out that he tested positive for a banned substance, a performance-enhancing drug called Ostarine, twice. But after the fight, he was making it seem like the whole going crazy thing was just like promotion for the fight, like it was just a joke the whole time.
So basically what he's going in depth on how Ryan Garcia is he was suing Ryan Garcia for defamation. Ultimately, it's something on the internet that is said. You can't really do that. It doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. You can't just sue somebody for defamation over that small of something. It's not something you can do, ultimately. You just can't do it. You can't just sue people for fun. You can't just sue everybody that says anything bad about you ever. It just doesn't work like that. And recently, Logan Paul has been having touch-ups on the biggest controversy of his entire career, cryptozoo. If you don't know what cryptozoo is, it is a project that Logan Paul worked on in which he was proposing that you could buy eggs. Online crypto eggs that hatched eventually, and you could breed those hatched eggs with other hatched eggs and create basically AI generated art. It was unique to you. It was just yours. You could then sell that AI generated art and make some money. It's a game where you can make money. I mean, honestly, it's not a bad idea. It doesn't seem like a bad idea in theory. So when his fans all jumped on this opportunity to make money from games, obviously, when they were scammed, and he shut down the project when people had thousands of dollars invested in it, they were pretty pissed off. So Coffeezilla, this creator right here, known for his integrity in journalism and his crypto scam reveals, he exposed Logan Paul for the crypto scammer he was at the time. This was 2 years ago. Logan Paul made an apology video to Coffeezilla after the entire drama. Well, first off, he threatened to sue Coffeezilla just like he did with all these other people. But after he made a apology video, after not actually suing Coffeezilla, and seemed like everything was all said and done. Logan Paul was going to repay the victims. He was going to make things right, finally. He was going to make things correct, and then he didn't. Now, 2 years later, after the fact of him apologizing and saying he's going to pay out the victims, he is going to sue Coffeezilla again. Now, I want to say one specific thing. I have found a couple of sources for this information, but ultimately, all of them point towards some Twitter conspiracy theory. So I do want to say some things in this, what I'm about to say, could change. But basically, Coffeezilla is getting sued by Logan Paul for slandering him multiple times on the internet. The thing about slander and defamation, the way it works is that defamation only occurs when the information that is being said about the said person on the internet or in a news article is false, and the person knowingly knew that it was false and said it anyways. It doesn't work like that. You can't just go, "Your Honor, this guy called me a meanie," and just sue him for it. It doesn't necessarily work like that. On top of that, where Coffeezilla lives, I don't want to reveal the state, but you can look it up with a little bit of effort. He has a lot of laws that are protecting him against these certain suits. So you can't necessarily just say, though Logan Paul lives in Puerto Rico and Coffeezilla lives in an entirely different state across the area, it doesn't make it okay for you to just sue somebody like this on this level. Especially 2 years after issuing an apology video on said person after threatening to sue them. At this point, Coffeezilla has more grounds to sue Logan Paul than Logan Paul has any grounds to sue Coffeezilla. Coffeezilla stated factual evidence against cryptozoo, and Logan Paul made fun of Coffeezilla on multiple occasions. The way he looked, the way he acted, the way he dressed, his YouTube channel. He just made fun and bullied Coffeezilla, who has less than a fifth of his audience. Coffeezilla has roughly 2 million subscribers, and Logan Paul has roughly 20 million. That's a tenth, actually. That's a tenth of the subscriber count. This is absolutely insane. This guy is just clearly showing that he is a douchebag on top of a douchebag. Or he's got some terrible people on his team. Personally, I'd like to say that he has bad people on his team, because I was an avid fan of Logan Paul for a long time. Honestly, I would even say Logan Paul can still be forgiven. After everything, Logan Paul can still be forgiven if he just does the right thing from here on out. Genuinely give another apology for doing this again, trying to sue him for defamation again, and continue doing the correct thing. I guess we still got Jake Paul, honestly. Jake Paul's the only redeeming quality. This freaking W stuff, this stuff is amazing, actually. Anyways, I will see you, B-dubs, later at streams, Friday, Sunday, and I'm on a Monday randomly.